my brand new tutorial for Android programming. And today my topic of discussion will be navigation components, and most importantly I will try to give you some important concepts. I mean, all the best practices that you need to know about while you implement navigation component, which is one of the library of Jetpack, as you guys know. And yeah, I will give you some important tips here, like of navigation component implementation. Like there are if you have not if you are new to navigation component, you just if you have not yet followed my previous lecture videos where I have uh, given a detailed description about what is navigation, how to implement the navigation library, and then please follow my previous lectures. But today, okay, let's understand about what is conditional navigation. Okay, so conditional navigation is basically in simple terms we should say that whenever you navigate in a navigation graph, for example, navigation from one activity to another activity or one fragment to another fragment, then we use some certain condition to navigate. Okay, for example, if you want to navigate to home fragment when user is logged in, otherwise navigate to login fragment, like there are some certain conditions, for example. Okay, so I will try to explain it. Okay, so this is my program, and if I go to my navigation graph, so if you see, there are certain scenarios in which you navigate, right? For example, okay, the best example for the conditional like navigation will be, for example, you have a fragment which is a like a play fragment, and what you are gonna do is, like, this is a like a kind of a game in which you have a questions and you select the answers. So when you select the questions and answers, you have a two possibility, like either you lose, I mean, either you are right, that means you lose the game, right? And if you are I mean, like, if you are wrong, you lose the game. I mean, if you are right, then you win the game, right? So there are two conditional, and this is the best example of a conditional navigation, right? So there is a certain condition. If the answers you have given is right, then you win and you navigate to a congratulation fragment. Whereas if your answer that you have given is wrong, then you navigate to a another fragment, which is a game lost fragment. That means you have given a wrong answer, right? So this is a best example of a conditional navigation. So how do we implement it? And let's go to our, this is a play fragment, so let's go to the play fragment. And this is my simple play fragment. So what I have to do is I have to make a conditional check here and navigate. So easily we have to check the answer and say if the answer equals uh, okay, actually the answer is wrong, then you navigate to the you have to navigate to the proper fragment, otherwise you we first find the navigation control, then we navigate r dot action action. Okay, where we have to navigate, if the answer is correct, then we have to navigate to game one fragment, right? So that's the idea. Otherwise we navigate to lost so game lost fragment, right? So this is the simple way of making a conditional navigation. All right, so let's try to check it if it is running. So we have a home fragment, then we go to our play fragment where we make a game, and if our answer is Milan, you see you have a game lost. Let's go back, If your answer is Rome, that is a correct. And which what is the capital of Italy? That is Rome, obviously. If you submit it, congratulations. If you see, this is a kind of a simple demonstration of a conditional navigation. So now the second best practice that we have to understand is a backstack manipulation. So navigation controller handles the backstack for us. Actually, as you can see, it's automatically handling the backstack. We didn't implement any backstack handling management here, right? In navigation component, if you see here. So if I go back, okay, for the moment, okay, okay, actually it exited, right? But okay, so if you see, if I go to the lost, I can, if I click here, I move back to the previous fragment, right? And yeah, so I will also give you some important concepts. I will try to understand, like let you understand about the important concept of how to handle this backstack manipulation, because at certain scenarios, if you go out, like for example, if your game is lost, if you click the back button, then you would like to obviously go to the previous fragment. You have, I mean, like redo the questions, I mean, like try to give a new answers. Okay, if your game is still lost, like you have to provide the player the chance to try again, right? But but if you have won the game, then you would not, when you press the black button, you would prefer your player to move back to the home fragment. So how do we do that? Okay, there is a special technique to move, like whenever your user presses a back button, then he should not navigate again to the play fragment, because he has won the game. In this scenario, like you have to pop up to the home fragment. So how do we do that? We do that using, okay, let's go to the design. Let's go to this one. And what we have to simply do is, if you see the actions, okay, uh, okay, we have to go to the, actually, the pop-up behavior, I mean the action attributes. Just click this link, and then you have to understand that the pop-up behavior, pop up to home fragment, right? Because I want to pop up to the home fragment, and pop up to inclusive is false, right? So if I do this, then it would navigate. If I run it again, now if even, okay, let's run the app. Okay, now whenever you have a correct question, when you move back, you provide, you go to the home fragment, right? So this is how you do, and when you can manage the backstack manipulation also, right? And yeah, if you play again, like if you make a incorrect answer, you still have a chance to, if you move back, you move back to the uh, like um, the situation where the player can even give the another selection, another answer, right? So yeah, like there are two scenarios that you have to understand. Is like if you use this pop-up to inclusive, like if you see pop-up to inclusive, if you select it to false or true. If you select it to true, like then it's gonna exit. Okay, it will clear the backstack and let you exit. Okay, we will see here. If you right now, I'm selecting pop-up to inclusive is true. So if you see, the behavior is different. So even if I select the correct answer and I move back, it's gonna exit. It's gonna remove all the backstack and clear all the backstack and exit the app. And when you run again, yeah, obviously you, and okay, and that was the two simple concepts about navigation component and its best practices. So I will also be coming up with other important concepts. And thanks for listening.